What is up, everyone? This is Loans coming back with our final episode of our Denver Broncos rebuild. And just like in every final episode, we will be going through years 4 and 5 pretty quick. So let's just get right into this and take a look at our team here. And on offense, we have JANIKOWSKI starting at quarterback, HARLON Blades at running back, Marius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, and Jamal Davis in at wide receiver. Our offensive line consists of Hawker, Lavoie, Matt Paradis, Garrett Bowles, and Suggs. And then we have Von Dinkins at tight end. And on defense, this is going to be our stronger side of the ball. We've got Baber, Jerron Reed, Henry October, and Von Miller on the line. Chris Harris, Aqib Talib, and Bradley Roby in at cornerback. We have Justin Simmons and Barnes in at safety. Then we have Brandon Marshall, Corey Howard, and Shaq Barrett at linebacker. So we only have one goal for this rebuild, and that is to win the Super Bowl. But we have yet to make the playoffs, so I think our goal for this year should just be to make the playoffs. And here we are at the midway point, and it is looking good so far. The Denver Broncos are sitting 5-2, which is much better than we have done in any of the other years. So this is really going to be our first real opportunity to make the playoffs, and at 5-2, I'm liking our chances. Whoa. Okay, so we won one game after the midway point. We went from 5-2 to 6-10. How does that even happen? We were doing pretty good there before the midway point, and then we just went downhill. Lose. Week 9 we won, and then after week 9 we lost every other game. 8 in a row. How does that happen? Guess we'll run through our stats here. It's going to be one of those rebuilds. 26th in the NFL for offensive yards, 18th for defensive yards. Passing, JANIKOWSKI just really isn't getting it done. 4,075 yards. Not bad yardage-wise, but 24 touchdowns to 16 interceptions is not that good. He was sacked 50 times, way too many. Got HARLON Blades over here, 1,163 yards, 10 touchdowns. Not really doing it. 5 fumbles. That's a ton. Then receiving, we've got Demarius Thomas leading the team with 1,203 yards and 13 touchdowns. Emmanuel Sanders didn't really do much, 889 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Jamal Davis with 692 yards and 2 touchdowns. So for some reason, Clay Hawker gave up a ton of sacks. Morgan Suggs did as well, so did Garrett Bowles and Gabriel Lavoie. Yeah. So somehow our offensive line went way downhill. They weren't that bad, really, last year, but I don't know what happened there. And defense, we had Brandon Marshall leading our team this time with 152 tackles. Corey Howard had 128. And we had Von Miller with 13.5 sacks. Stanley Baber with 10. Jerron Reed with 7. Henry October with 6.5. And we're still looking good on interceptions. 5 for Chris Harris, 3 for Stephon Barnes, 3 for Aqib Talib, 3 for Corey Howard, 3 for Justin Simmons. So I went over the awards. Nothing interesting going on there. So we will just keep running through this. Not worry about a lot of the stuff we normally do, but we will check the Super Bowl, and we had a New York Super Bowl. The Jets losing to the Giants 28-31. So starting off free agency here, we've got some huge signings. We've got Dalvin Cook, who is a 99 overall right now. The running game wasn't getting it done, so let's get Dalvin Cook in here, see what he can do. We've got Jordan Evans. We let Brandon Marshall go, even though he did lead the team in tackles last year. Still, he's 30-something years old. I wasn't really willing to re-sign him, even though it is the last year. We got a little better there. And then we signed Donte Moncrief because Demarius Thomas did retire. We were also able to sign Josh Norman. Aqib Talib did retire as well. So in the draft, the only thing we're going to worry about here is taking a cornerback. We are going to take Demir Fisher, 79 overall quick, ranked 19th in true talent, and we took him at 8th. So this is what the team is looking like at the start of year 5, our final year. We've got JANIKOWSKI still at quarterback, Dalvin Cook, free agent signing in at halfback. We've got Jamal Davis in a wide receiver, Donte Moncrief at wide receiver number 2, Emmanuel Sanders is still in the slot, And I guess Demarius Thomas is still on the team. He just regressed quite a bit Our offensive line has not changed, except Crummy is now starting over Matt Paradis. We still have Von Dinkins in at tight end. And then on defense, we're looking a little different as well. We've got Josh Norman in at cornerback number 2 and Jordan Evans in at right outside linebacker. And other than that, everything is the same. So in our final year, I think it's only obvious to have our only goal be to make it to the Super Bowl. But with that being the case, let's go ahead, not sim that far, let's go ahead and sim to the offseason. See if we make it to the Super Bowl. Well, let's just say I totally screwed that up and I did not mean to sim to the offseason. I don't know what I was thinking there. So that was all my fault. But here's how we did. We beat the Chiefs, lost to the Titans in a close one, lost to the Chargers, beat the Patriots, Ravens, Raiders, and Steelers. So pretty good run here. Beat the Chiefs, beat the Eagles, beat the Redskins, lost to the Bengals, beat the Browns, beat the Raiders, beat the Giants, lost to the Giants, lost to the Chargers, finished off 3 losses in a row. So let's see if we made it to the postseason, and it looks like we did. In the divisional week, we lost to the Bengals 38-31. And if you look down there, it looks like the Bengals actually won the Super Bowl over the Saints. But I feel like a total idiot. I totally screwed that up, but that's just pretty much been the summary of this entire rebuild. Is just one major mess. As soon as you think you're going in the right direction and this team's getting better, it just never really reached that point, couldn't get any traction. And then finally in our last year, we were able to make the playoffs, but still ended up losing in the divisional round to the Bengals, and it just pretty lackluster. And I'm kind of on the fence post about this one. I don't know if I want to call this a success or a fail. I'm leaning towards more of a failure. Even though we did make the playoffs, this team just never really took off and dominated the way I expected them to. But that is going to do it for our Denver Broncos rebuild. Pretty disappointing if you ask me. But make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for some regular Madden 18 rebuilds and Ultimate Team content as well. Thanks for watching. I'm out.